Welcome back everybody to Impossible Creatures Replays. Tomatoboy, very excited for this one because we have a rematch. We just casted a plateau game, which was Nisperox Skitter versus Mutt and Grey, and it looks like we're heading for a rematch.
Yeah, and Mutt and Grey took that one in convincing fashion. See if they can do it again. I mean, it's going to be tough, though.
I love to see games come to Eroded duos. It's such a fun map. I love the amphib.
You can also see some cheetah score brushes too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shenanigans.
It's just one of those maps with just the right balance between a land threat and a water threat.
Wow, an early rod coming out. Early rod. Ooh, coming out from Mutt.
Yeah, and we got, okay, so everyone's coming out with rods except for Grey. Grey is just a coal mining boy. Never mind, there's the rod. And, well, okay, prediction time. This is your casting reputation at stake here. You need to predict who's going to go for the island first. 4 choices.
Who's going to go for it first, or who's going to win it?
Who's going to go for the island first? First person to set foot on this virgin territory.
Ooh, I'm going to say Nisperox sets foot on that territory first.
Well, that would definitely track with what he's been doing in previous games. He's been expanding hard and expanding far for his initial workshop, which is unusual, but it's been kind of working. I'm not taking the safe, the normal expo, the human being expo, I would say.
The other expo is only for unlocked for AIs.
Yeah, AIs like Nisperox. Oh my god, Mutt's tracking him. This hand. Oh, never mind. He stopped. And it looks like you're right. I mean, he's going for the geyser first. No, he's not. Straight for the island.
Oh, no.
Dude, Nisperox heard you. He heard your prediction and he is going to make a liar out of you.
It's not too late. My caster reputation can still be saved.
Oh my god.
You need
Please.
to see it clear or over before it even begins. But
Oh, he didn't quite step on it. But now he is. Now he is. You're right.
there we go.
But Mutt took this one at basically the same time, so I don't know, man. That's a close one.
It's tough. I mean, let's just call it a tie and give me another chance at it.
Alright, you got it. You got it. You get to live this time. But it's thin ice, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Speaking of thin ice,
wow.
we should see some games like thin ice. That's a good map.
You know, I might be able to find some for you. I think there is some good Nisperox games on thin ice recently.
I believe that. I do. These war turtlefish, I mean, we've seen them in a couple of games now. Kind of interesting units.
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen them too much before today, but Keen Sense is definitely, some would say, necessary right now.
Yeah, and I mean, they're Keen Sense camo units, and Grey's rocking the exact same stuff. It's funny, you do sometimes see these high-tier players kind of cribbing units off each other. Ooh, Naked Mamander. Who are you? That's a very interesting choice. It's really just a mole rat with regen. Very Skitter unit, actually. And we've got...
I mean, interesting that both Grey and Skitter have not even touched the island yet. I mean, Mutt set foot on that island before either of them did.
Yeah, true, actually. It looks like now, yeah, they both kind of assume that each other have it, so they're kind of both just aggressing. But there's nothing there to attack. But I think Nisperox is going to be trouble. He's consolidating on this island now. Mutt needs to take action relatively soon. He's going 3. Grey's also going 3. Okay. Nisperox, the only one not going 3 at this point, because he's pouring a lot of resources into this level 2 army.
He's not attacking with it. I mean...
No, he's really just consolidating. It looks like he's moving out now.
These units are definitely not going to get the gen, but they are creating some space for Grey to take the island.
Yes, indeed. Almost similar to the Plateau game, Skitter just not quite able to take the territory that he really needs. I guess he has this Expo, which is great, but what's he going to do against all this grey?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes Gray is really, his comp is really good at taking the islands here, so sometimes it can be good to have one person take both of those middle coals.
That's true.
Give the Expo to Gray and just kind of just attack their middle and just try and win it before you can take over. But
that's a great way to kind of mitigate the advantage that Nisperox has got on this island here, because like in order to challenge him, Mutt needs a lot of dosh. And like they can achieve that if Grey just takes this. Yeah. But it does look rough for the South team already just from Nisperox's presence. Yeah, that's him hitting 3. He's the last to 3, but that doesn't really matter because he hasn't really been punished for going 3 late.
yeah, I mean, the only disadvantage is you get your resource upgrades a little bit later, but he has both of the coal expos, so.
That's a good point. We're looking, Mutt has already got probably both of his resource upgrades. He's getting motivational speech now. That's actually one thing that the top players do really, really well, is as soon as they hit 3, they get those resource upgrades. Because it's like a 50% boost to your economy. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something you want to be getting as soon as possible. But,
oh, God.
See, I mean, the game's on Skitter and Mutt's hands, I think. If one of them can make something happen, then that's going to be the catalyst for a win.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because Grey and Nisperox are both kind of, I guess, basically equivalent at this point. Grey might even be ahead because he's got those research upgrades. Yeah, Nisp is getting it now, but he's a little bit slower, and Grey is here to fight him directly.
Yeah, Grey is hard doubling him. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep the island. I mean, this is a risky play.
I think the thing is, he might be able to hold the island, but I think Grey probably can't, because Skitter is here en masse. Oh, and Skitter is leaving en masse. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the decision to retreat there. I mean, he's got the unit advantage.
Yeah, and his units
Grey start producing again.
Exactly, and his units match up really well, actually. The deflect.
Those Salamander Arapimas are very nice. 2 amazing units of our wonderful Tell team, for sure.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And maybe this retreat there was tactical, because now he's back with many more guys. But Mutt's harassing his flank. Dear me, this is very messy. There's a lot of messy micro going on all over the place. Pretty cool, actually.
Interesting. Grey's force that was at Nisperox's island, I'm not entirely sure where it went.
Yeah, it just evaporated. Nisperox just took care of it. And Mutt has got a great arc here with his artillery. He's really mauled Skitter's army. Skitter is looking dicey. He might be out of this.
Yeah, and it looks like Mutt might actually be taking the left island as well. I mean, this is... I mean, there's some interesting stuff happening for sure.
Wow, man, the flexibility there that the South team showed in attacking really hard on Nisperox's island and then folding back to defend Grey's island really quickly, that was very cool stuff. And Mutt especially got some wonderful arcs with his artillery.
But it looks like... Yeah, I mean, it looks like Mutt is going to take this. It's incredible. I would never have expected that to work out so well for them.
Yeah, exactly right. And I feel like Nisperox also, we didn't talk about it too much, but the way he defended his island was pretty great, but the numbers have just kind of turned against him. Yeah, he's lost all of his henchmen on the island. This has got to be over for the North team at this point.
Oh, and Grey's level 4. He has the killer whales.
Yeah, the killer whales.
Oh man, that's not good. I mean, it's tough to do anything when they get a bunch of these unless you have level 4 artillery.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, theoretically, your own Sonic can do pretty well against them because they do bunch up really tight. It's interesting. Yeah, they have the Python torso, so they have a lot of melee damage as well. Wow, what do you know?
Gray is the only one I've seen using that specific variant, and Nisperox has called it.
Nisperox has called it. He's pretty good at reading the room and quitting from unwinnable situations. I agree with that diagnosis. I feel like he was out of this game because both of the Southern players are on level 4. Skitter, a Hail Mary final assault going right around. Good stuff.
You can do it, buddy. I believe in you.
Exactly. I love the tenacity of at least he's getting a little bit of micro practice out of a losing game. I think that's great to see. And I mean, there you go. There you go. That's great. Well, another fun one. I mean, we've seen a lot of... All the games we've casted today have been Mutt and Grey. So I wonder, maybe this is just a team that we need to look out for going forward.
Yeah, I mean, is Sniper being replaced? It's too early to say. But...
Grey mysteriously moving to England before the next World Cup. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I think he has some cousins over there, so it's not totally out of the picture.
You never know. Well, thanks, TV. Thank you very much for joining me for these casts. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time on ICReplays.